The Augment upgrade system is the biggest change that's coming to Black Ops 6 Zombies, and probably the one that I'm most excited about. It adds 108 upgrades to every perk, field upgrade, and every ammo mod. These buffs absolutely change the way that we play Black Ops 6 Zombies and allow you to do some very unique things. I'm going to break down how augments work, how to unlock every single one of them, how they differ from previous zombies, and go over all 108 of them so you can be the best possible zombies player. Buckle up because we are gonna move fast. Let's get it. Augments are upgrades that affect every perk, ammo mod, and field upgrade. These are broken up into two categories. There are major augments that do much more powerful things, and minor augments that do much less powerful things. Every perk, every ammo mod, and every field upgrade gets 3 major and 3 minor upgrades to choose from. This is similar to the concept of Ethereum crystal upgrades in Cold War Zombies, where you had tier 5 on everything, but there are some major differences. In Cold War Zombies, once you upgraded your perks or your field upgrades or your weapons, which you can't do with augments, they were permanently upgraded and you had massive buffs. The difference between starting fresh in Cold War Zombies versus being at tier 5 of everything, you felt like a superhero. In fact, I would submit that you were probably too powerful in Cold War Zombies. With augments in Black Ops 6, they're going for a better balance. You can only apply 1 major augment and 1 minor augment to a perk, to an ammo mod, or to a field upgrade. Also, for an entire match, you can only apply a total of 3 major augments and 3 minor augments. So you're having to pick and choose which perks, ammo mods, or field upgrades you want to get stronger. The augments mechanic forces you to choose a build or a play style to move towards, as opposed to just playing a ton and upgrading everything and having no choice at all. This could be really, really good for team play. You have a healer that can revive and keep your team in good shape. You have a damage per second that can take out the bosses and elites, or maybe you have more of a tank or a melee that can just absorb the hits and take all the focus onto them. Augments are unlocked through augment research. Before starting a match of zombies, you must select specific augments you want to unlock. Then when you go into the match and earn in-game XP, it will slowly work towards unlocking each of those augments that you selected. This is very similar to the armory in Modern Warfare 3, where you had to pick what kill streaks or items or attachments you wanted. Then when you did the dailies, they would unlock. That's how you do it. But there's a catch. You can't unlock any augments until your player is at level 11. So those first 11 levels, no augments and no unlocking augments. Just you being a normal human being fighting the undead. Now to the most exciting part, let's break down all 108 augments. First up is field upgrades. We have Aether Shroud, Frenzied Guard, Healing Aura, Energy Mine, and the new one, Dark Flare, which we'll talk more about. Aether Shroud is the solo zombies favorite. For major augments, you have Group Shroud. Nearby players are also cloaked. So when you go cloaked with Aether Shroud, your teammates around you also get that same cloak and protection. Burst Dash, Warp Forward for a short distance, killing all normal enemies in your path. If you've ever done out of bounds things, you know this is very valuable. Void Sheath, swap to a dedicated melee weapon as it's imbued with dark ether energy. Kills allow you to stay in the Aether Shroud for longer. Your melee weapon gets buffed, and when you get kills, this allows you to extend the duration of the Aether Shroud, which if you combine this down the road with melee makiato, where you can get health on kills, this could be a crazy tank and damage per second build. For minor augments, we have Instant Reload. Activation instantly reloads your currently held weapon. Extra Charge, increase max charges by 1, which I will probably be using. Extension, Aether Shroud duration is significantly increased. Dark Flare is the newest field upgrade to the Zombies franchise. If you haven't seen Dark Flare, literally a purple beam that kills zombies, but so far it seems pretty weak. So let's see if the augments can change that. Major augments, Extension, significantly increased Dark Flare duration. Supernova, the beam is replaced with a sphere that damages nearby enemies as it travels through. The ball detonates at the end of the Dark Flare's duration. And Dark Pact, beam heals and revives other players on contact. The last one could make it pretty decent. For minor augments, Broad Beam significantly increases the size of the beam. Heavy Shadow, the beam slows enemies on contact. And Extra Charge increases max charges by 1. Overall, This doesn't seem like a great field upgrade. Frenzied Guard. Major augments for Frenzied Guard are Phalanx. Teammates can also repair armor from kills near you. Retribution, trigger an explosion on activation. Normal enemies that melee the player are damaged and knocked down. Frenzy Fire. While frenzied, use ammo from stock. Minor augments repair boost, repair more armor per kill. Extension, increase Frenzied Guard duration. Rally on activation, repair all nearby teammates' armor to full. Frenzied Guard would work really well with the team to constantly be buffing your teammates and keeping their health and armor full. Healing Aura. Major augments resilience. All affected players have their health regeneration delay reduced and their rate of healing increased temporarily. Enduring Radiance, the beams and their healing effects persist for a short time after leaving the area of effect. Persistence, revive players keep all perks on their bleed out bar. If you die often as a squad and you all run Healing Aura, you will save a lot of points of not having to buy perks back with persistence. Minor augments, inner strength, affected player damage is slightly increased for a short time. Protection, healed players have damage slightly mitigated for a short time. And stoic presence, on activation, special and elite enemies are stunned while normal enemies are knocked down. Energy Mine. This is one that changes quite dramatically. So major augments scatter. The energy mine will split into 3 mines that scatter and detonate 1 time each, like little proximity mines. Turret, instead of a mine, deploy a turret that shoots at the nearest enemy. Carousel, 3 energy mines will float around you, detonating when an enemy is nearby. Minor augments, frequency boost, increase detonation count and duration of energy mine. Extra charge, increase max charges by 1. And Siren energy mine now attracts nearby normal enemies for a short time. Let's now move on to our perks. First off, we have the Zombies Classic, the one you need the most, the Juggernog. Probiotic, slightly increased maximum health with the Juggernog. Turtle Shell, armor acts as a shield on your back, completely absorbing damage to your back. No damage mitigation when hit from the front. This is like the old school shield from the old zombies. When you get hit in the back, no damage, it just decreases your armor. If you get hit in the front, it's like you don't have armor. This could be a really fun one to combine with other things. And you have reactive armor when an armor plate breaks. Nearby normal enemies are stunned for a short time. Minor augments, retaliation, deal bonus damage while health is low. Hardened plates, armor plates have more damage mitigation. Durable plates slightly increase armor durability. Stamina-up. Major augments, free faller become immune to fall damage. That's very helpful. Dasher, increased tactical sprint duration. And Stalker, walk faster while aiming. Notice that Dasher's increased tactical sprint duration, but it's not unlimited tactical sprint. I'm actually surprised you don't have infinite tactical sprint there, but it's a bonus. Minor augments, hard target while tactical sprinting, projectile damage reduced. Quarterback, use equipment while sprinting. Hotfoot, gain a speed boost after your equipment kills an enemy. Honestly, none of those augments for stamina up really seem worth getting. Also, let me know in the comments down below which 3 major augments and which 3 minor augments do you use most of the time. Speed Cola. Supercharge, field upgrades recharge a bit faster. Very helpful. Classic formula, reload speed is even faster. Phantom reload, weapon magazines are slowly refilled over time. Could be very helpful if you're swapping weapons. Minor augments, speedy roulette, the mystery box settles much faster. Quick swap, swap weapons faster. Fast pitcher, deploy equipment faster. Now, I could see combining supercharge to get the faster field upgrade with void sheath from Aether Shroud, so that you can do crazy melee damage. Throw in the melee makiato, which then also heals you on that damage. I probably already have a melee build going right now. Deadshot daiquiri, another one of my essential perks in zombies. Deadhead, further increases in critical damage. Dead first, deal double critical damage if an enemy is at full health. Dead again, critical hits have a chance of adding a bullet to your magazine. Minor augments, dead break, increase damage to armor pieces. Dead draw, reduce hip fire spread. Dead set, reduce gun movement while performing advanced movement when you're jumping around like a freaking dolphin. Quick revive, major augments, EMT, reviving an ally allows them to keep all of their perks on their bleed out bar. Very valuable. Equivalent exchange, killing an enemy while down will revive you and remove quick revive. This can be done up to 3 times. So basically 3 more free self-reses. Dying Wish, on lethal damage, become immune to all damage for 2 seconds and keep 1 health. Quick revive is removed on use. Minor augments, swift recovery, reviving an ally increases both of your movement speed for a short time. Karmic Return, revive an ally, heals you to full health. And Slow Death, increase your time in Last Stand. And you'll notice a lot of these upgrades carry over from Cold War. The difference is you now have to choose a total of 6 of them, whereas Cold War, when you kept playing, you could have every upgrade for every category on every item and become a superhuman. This is a much better system. Elemental Pop, Citrus Focus. If a weapon has an ammo mod applied, Elemental Pop will only activate that one. So you could potentially get double the amount of activations in that area. Imperial Peach, enemies that hit you have a chance to trigger a random ammo mod. Electric Cherry, reloading creates an electric damage discharge that damages and stuns nearby normal enemies. The emptier the magazine, the stronger the damage. That's fun to have that back. Here's the other thing too. We're probably going to get a lot more perks and a lot more augments to existing perks and field upgrades, as well as the future ones. Like, this has so much potential to keep expanding in Black Ops 6. For minor augments for Elemental Pop, Vulnera Bean, slightly increase enemy elemental weakness damage. Pineapple Blast equipment can also trigger a random ammo mod. Chill Berry, slightly reduce all ammo mod cooldowns. PhD Flopper. Now, before I go to major and minor augments on this, it is important to note that it's Flopper, not Slider, like Cold War zombies. So it's Modern Warfare zombies, you flop with it, and you also automatically get that immunity to self-inflicted explosive damage. You don't have to upgrade to get that. So it's basically the same from the start as in Modern Warfare zombies. But this is where it gets good. Major augments. Gravity MD, just falling from heights, creates explosion. Dr. Ram, tactical sprint, knocks down and damages base zombies. PhD Slider. I was asking for this so often. Sliding into enemies triggers explosions. So now, if you put on PhD Slider, you can slide with Omni movement in any direction and recover extremely quickly while killing zombies and moving faster. Then you combine that with this. Minor augments. Environmentalists become immune to environmental damage while sliding. EOD technicians slightly reduce height and distance requirements for explosions. And Tribologist, sliding distance and speed are increased. So you could put Tribologist and PhD Slider, move extremely fast, slide in, do your melee, activate your Aether shroud, beat them up, get healed from melee. Like, oh, I'm very, very excited about the potentials here. Melee Makiato, replaces weapon gun butt with a deadly punch. New perk to the game. Major augments. Espresso, all melee attacks are slightly faster. Vampiric Extraction, melee attacks heal a small amount of your health. Really, really big factor there. Triple Shot, your punch can hit multiple enemies at once. Unfortunately, you can't combine Vampiric Extraction with Triple Shot. That would be crazy. Minor augments, stick and move, backpedal speed is increased after a successful melee attack. Strength training, your punch can one-hit normal enemies for longer, so it does more damage. Hidden impact, melee kills reload a portion of your held weapon. Really, really interesting augments on Melee Makiato. Now for the final augments, and that is the ammo mods. We have Brain Rot Cryofreeze, Deadwire Detonator, Napalm Burst, and a new one, Shadow Rift, which I'll explain in just a moment. Brain Rot. Plague. The charmed enemy has a chance to turn other enemies. Pheromone. The charged enemy can distract nearby normal and special enemies for a short time. Big Game. Brain Rot can charm elite enemies. Minor augments. Extension. Brain Rot duration is slightly increased. Haste. Brain Rot cooldown is slightly reduced. Explosive. Charmed enemies explode at the end of Brain Rot's duration, dealing toxic damage. Now, different than Cold War, one of the final tiers in Cold War for Brain Rot was like Explosive, except when they blow up, it could convert 2 or 3 other zombies. So you just have constant Brain Rot zombies everywhere. This is much more brought down. It's going to make the game harder, and you have to be more strategic. Cryofreeze. Big Game. Cryofreeze can slow elite enemies. Ice Cloud. Enemies that are killed while frozen may leave a cloud that slows enemies. Frozen stiff enemies are frozen in place. Extension, slightly increase the slow duration. Freezer burn, slightly increase damage to frozen enemies. Liquid nitrogen, significantly increase your chance for Cryo Freeze to activate. Pretty straightforward. Deadwire. Chain Lightning, the stunned enemy can spread the stun to others. Big Game, Deadwire can stun elite enemies. Lightning Strike, a bolt of lightning strikes from above, stunning all normal and special enemies in the area. That one actually seems really good. Minor augments, high voltage, dead wire deals slightly more damage. Haste, dead wire cooldown slightly reduced. Extension, the stun and electric field last longer. Napalm burst. Big game, napalm burst can burn elite enemies. Thermite, increased burn effect damage. Firebomb, burned enemies explode on death, spreading the fire to nearby enemies. Minor augments, extension, increase the burn duration. Incendiary, each damage tick has a small chance to spread to a nearby enemy. Contact burn, initial burn effect deals more damage. And last but certainly not least, we have Shadow Rift. This is a new ammo mod that deals shadow damage, and each bullet has a chance to spawn a black hole on a normal or special enemy, warping away those nearby and dropping some from the air down to the ground at lethal speed. Shadow Rift is going to be a lot of fun, especially when we look at the augments. Check this out. Big game, Shadow Rift can activate on elite enemies. Topple danger. Warp one enemy that deals shadow damage to others. Explosive rain. Enemies that are dropped from portals will explode on contact with the ground. So they get warped up into the air. They fall all the way down. Then when they hit the ground, boom, they blow up and damage the other zombies. I don't know how good this is going to be, but it's going to be extremely entertaining. We're going to see a lot of fun clips from this. Minor augments, haste, Shadow Rift cooldown is reduced. Targeted dropped enemies will fall on other enemies. Supermassive, the singularity's lethal radius is increased and can kill more enemies. Sheesh. That is everything you need to know about augments, including how to unlock them. Augments is the thing that gets me most excited about Black Ops 6. I love making builds. I love finding different ways to manipulate, especially in a team of 4. I can't imagine what you could do together when you're working with all of these augments at the same time. Let me know down below what 3 major augments and minor augments you are using and if I should be using them. Like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for all the newest Black Ops 6 Zombies content and guides. And as always, enjoy gaming. Bye!